What's going on, guys? My name is Mitch Robs, and today we're going to be continuing the series on Dan Envision's Twine Endurance builds, where I'm covering every single amp. So, thank you to Dan for providing these videos, of course, and consider joining Endurance Lounge. Endurance Lounge is basically a server where we host and leech endurances, and it has a bunch of high-end players there. Anyways, so let's get on to the video. We're going to be doing Ramp Amp today. So, Ramp Amp's a special one. A lot of people complain about it because it is a hard amp, and it has a Thanos Smasher wave. Basically, on wave 23, there's a Fire Smasher wave that really screws a lot of people up. So, Ramp Amp today is going to be a little bit special. We have some unique concepts that not a lot of people know about, and if they do, this is a very, very good learning experience to better improve theirs. So, Ramp Amp today is going to cost 10,030 metal and take up 168 structures worth of metal, as well as have 60 wood into it for one piece, and 58 traps. So it totals out to 226 structures, which is relatively cheap, honestly. But we're going to be using wall spikes with heals builds attached, floor freeze traps with all durability, 2 reload effect duration, 2 different types of sound walls, wall lights, 3 different types of wall launchers, 2 different types of floor launchers, wall or wooden floor spikes, ceiling zappers with increased building health, a wall trap with increased building health, and tar pits. So the main thing that we want to talk about in this amp is we're going to be jailing it, right? So, we're going to be jailing and stalling. Not necessarily just a full jail build, but, honestly, this is going to be a very, very, very good method for this base, right? If we don't actually kill anything, smashers don't spawn, right? So our goal is going to be to kill as little as possible. So on this amp, it always gets hit on wave 3, 13, and 23. It has chances to get hit on the random waves, right? And that's pretty important. So, this base features a unique amp design, right? The amp serves as a smasher bridge, and the amp serves as a mini boss TP loop. I'll probably have something in the background to show you guys what's happening with that, but basically the mini bosses TP back and forth and never hit anything, and the smashers follow a bridge and just charge off of it and then want to go back onto the bridge again. But, for this base, we have 2 options, right? We can either have a base loadout that has heals, builds attached and stuff on it in the base, as well as we can have the option without it. So I'll put the loadout on screen, but basically there's going to be a base spot on this where it'll basically hold up throughout the entire turns no matter what. If you don't run a base on it, it's going to have like 5 waves worth of utility, which is perfectly fine because that means you basically got screwed on ramp and you got hit pretty much like every random wave. But alright, so that's going to be like the main things to cover about it. It's going to take 226 structures overall, and that's really cheap for ramp. So we can use those structures elsewhere. Remember, if you guys like this kind of content, leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to my channel. Comment down below if you guys like this series. I mean, I want to keep continuing it and keep providing you these videos, as well as consider joining my Discord and Endurance Lounge, and stop by my Twitch at twitch.tv/Mitch_Robs. It's a lot of fun there. Join it. All right, let's get on to the guide. Alright, so let's get on to doing this tutorial. So today we're going to be talking about Ramp, which is an amplifier that a lot of people seem to have trouble with in Twine Endurance. So we're going to be covering that and making sure that you guys actually get the build sound properly and can have a successful base. So we already covered Home-Based East and Home-Based North. I highly suggest you guys watch those and understand what we're doing in this build. But those 2 builds are on the channel already. They'll be in the playlist. There'll be a Twine Endurance playlist on my channel, so you guys can check those out in there, as well as I'll probably leave a link in the description. But let's go figure out what exactly is Ramp Amp. So Ramp Amp is my B amp, but there's 2 ramps right here that the husks walk up, and that's why it's called Ramp Amp. People used to cry about it all the time, so it used to be called Wamp as well, because wah and ramp combined. But anyways, we're going to talk about the spawns now. So that lava bomb right there is important. Take note of where that actually spawned. But we're going to have husks that spawn all the way across here, all the way up to here, right? So this area is pretty big, and if you look at it, they have two natural pathways. One up these double ramps right here. So let's get to the amplifier right here, and they also have a pathway over here to the right. So the husks that spawn down here, they're going to want to go up this way, and then they're going to go up the ramp. All right. So what do we do with those husks? So with this amplifier that we're going to be going over today, we're going to be trying to kill them as little as possible. We don't want to kill them. We actually want to stall the hell out of them. So if you notice this lava bomb, right? If I'm a husk right here and I'm walking up here, that lava bomb's going to kill me, right? So we don't want that. What we're going to do is slightly shift it. We're going to place a tier 1 floor. This is important that it's tier 1, but this is going to shift the lava bomb a little bit more over here, so that our pathway of our husks is going to be up right here, and they won't get hit by that lava bomb as much. Some will still die to it on the far spawns, but not as much will. But our pathway of our husks is going to be up this ramp, right here, 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 so just a straight path. We're going to place a ramp. We're going to edit it into a ramp facing north. We're going to place a floor. We're going to cut to the west, and we'll have floors going all the way this way. So that's our pathway of our husks. It's not too complicated, but yeah, that's going to be our pathway for that one. As well as we're going to have a pathway this way, right? The husks that spawn over here to the right, they're going to walk up this ramp. They're going to walk right here. They're going to walk all the way over here and then come up this ramp. So that's that pathway. So let's get started. What are we trying to do with the husks here? So as we walk up, we're going to have a wall here and a wall here, right? These are going to have wall launchers on them that push them over here, okay? We're going to place a wall here, a wall here, a wall here. We're going to surround this little tile in walls and then put a cone facing the southeast, okay? As well as we're going to put a floor on top of that. But basically, we're going to be putting everything into this little 2x2 square with floors on it. These are going to have floor launchers that launch the husks off of a ramp into a jail over here. So that's the big thing with this amplifier, is we're going to be jailing the husks in Twine Endurance. So the way this is going to work is we're going to have this box. We're going to place these 4 tiles right here, these walls, and these floor launchers are going to be all designed to boop the husks off the ramps into here, and we're going to stall them out, and this should work pretty consistently. It's been hit 7 times and hasn't failed, so it's a really good design, okay? But eventually they'll break out of this jail and end up in our secondary jail, which we'll get to. But let's finish doing this real quick. So we have all this done real quick. Let's step over here to this side of the ramp. We're going to place a wall, and we're going to place a wall right here. Behind this first wall, we're going to place a cone facing the northeast. All right, and that should keep all of our husks walking in a straight line this way. Okay? Now that we have that, we're going to keep going forward, and we're going to have our first wall, and then right after that, we're going to have a tile that's a quarter wall like this, and we're going to place it here. This is just going to make sure that the husks are walking like this, and that these husks don't like really skirt this. They have to either go this way and touch the floor launcher here, or walk around this way. We're then going to place a little pillar like this right here, and that's just going to be making sure that these husks that are on this floor launcher right here don't really skirt this corner, and they have to walk over this tile and walk over this tile. So we're going to place wall here. We're going to continue up the ramp. We're going to place a wall above it. We're going to place a wall here. We're going to place a pillar right here. So that's going to be into a pillar edit. We're going to place wall, and that's going to be like our little main build, right? Okay, so now that we have all of this done right here, the husks, if they get past that, they're going to walk up here. There's going to be a wall launcher right here and a floor launcher. They're going to walk up here, and what's going to happen? We're going to have wall launchers right here that are going to recycle them into this pit. So you're saying like, oh, they're just going to walk right up here and beat through this. Well, we're going to have a secondary jail here. So when they get booped down here, we're going to place a wall near this ramp, and we're going to place a wall to the west of it. We're going to place a floor, here and then surround it except for on the east side. We're going to continue east, 1, 2 tiles, and we're going to surround this all in walls except for on this north side of the east tile. We're going to place a wall here, floor, floor, and then we're going to have a ramp that goes back up. So what this is going to do is the husks are going to get booped from here. They're going to end up down here. They're going to get jailed and they're going to stay in this little tile space, but if they do escape out of this, they're going to walk right up here, get booped again. So we're going to place a wall here above this ramp. We're going to place a pillar at it. And we're also going to place a pillar at it right here. Just so like the husks have to hit this tile and can't just skirt it this way. Okay. Now that we have that, we're going to keep on continuing. We're going to place a wall here, and that's going to be part of our lobber shield, but that's going to help me later on. And then the husks are going to go this way. Okay, so now that we have that, we have the majority and the bulk of our tunnel done, right? We just have to worry about the block off and lobber shield later, but let's place traps now. So, the first things first, we're going to come up here, and we're going to be in this tile space. On this floor, we're going to place our blue wooden floor spikes. I have power level 34 ones with all durability, or power level 33, all durability and no physical investment. This is to not touch the husks at all and do as little damage as possible. We don't want propane blowing up here. So we're going to have this, and we're going to have it here. Okay, this is just going to slow the husks down to a crawl. On this left first tile, we're going to have an all durability 2x reload speed wall launcher. We're going to place that here. On the next tile, it's going to be it's going to be a 1x impact all durability 2x reload speed wall launcher. We're going to place it here. These are going to push them all the way over to here. And right here on these 4 tiles, we're going to have a 3x impact, a 1x reload speed. The 1x reload speed is important. If it's 2x reload speed, it's going to get used up incredibly fast, and these are going to run out fast, like early enough in the waves where like they won't be effective anymore. So we're going to have 3x impact, 1x reload speed. On these 2 walls right here, so they're going to get shot over here. These walls, there's going to be a 1x impact, rest durability, and 2x reload speed wall launchers, and we're going to place them here. These are if these husks get pushed right here, they have a chance to get hit by this floor launcher, or they have a chance to get hit by this wall launcher over to here. These also have 2 reload speeds, so they stagger well with the 1 reload speed from the floor launcher. Alright. We're going to continue on. We're going to have our heals builds attached wall spikes. These can be anything that are heals builds attached, but I prefer the wall spikes because A, they're not going to proc when a husk stands right here like a wall launcher or wall dynamo, so I suggest using these wall spikes. We're going to place them all around this jail except for on the north side. Right? So why not this north side? Well, the husks don't really actually want to break out of the jail this way and fall down and have to go a farther path, so we don't really need it on this side. We're going to come into the jail. On this wall, on the west side walls, we're going to place all durability, 2x reload speed, 1 effect duration wall lights. Okay? On the opposite wall on the east side, we're going to have the same rolls, so all durability, 2x reload speed, 1 effect duration on these. On the floor, we're going to have the same rolls. These are going to be floor freeze traps with all durability, 2x reload speed, and effect duration. And then on this southmost wall, we're going to have an all durability, 2x reload speed wall launcher. So the husks are generally going to want to break out where this wall launcher is. But these traps are all going to be going off. They're going to end up wanting to go right here, and then they're just going to get booped over to the side, and they're going to have to make their way back. So this jail should hold up through wave 23. If you do a specific method, I'll tell you guys later. All right. So as we continue going through, first off, let's go over here to the right. So we do have these husks coming up right here. We don't want to use wall launchers here that are going to push them too far so that they end up in that lava bomb because we don't want husks dying. So we're going to have a 1x impact, 2x reload speed, and all durability wall launchers right here, 2 of them. And that's the recycling we're going to have here, and then they're going to have to walk past all these floor launchers. We're then going to take a 3x impact, 1x reload speed floor launcher, and then we're going to place it here. To the left is going to be an all durability, 2 times reload speed, 1 effect duration wall light. And this is going to be a 1 times impact, 2 times reload speed, all durability wall launcher. Here. And that's just going to boop them back this way so they can get recycled again. Alright, so we're going to continue on. On this particular ramp, we're going to have the blue wooden floor spikes. To the left, we're going to have an all durability, 2 times reload speed sound wall. These aren't going to have any like effect duration or anything like that. We're going to place it on this wall. Alright. We're going to keep continuing. This is going to be an all durability, 2 times reload speed wall launcher. And this is just to solely push them back down this way. Okay. We're going to keep continuing forward. On this particular floor tile, there's going to be a 3 times impact, 1 times reload speed floor launcher, and same with on this tile. These are going to hit off ramps that we're going to place right here, and it's going to boop them off all the way down to here, and they're going to have to walk it all again. We're going to keep going forward. We're going to have 2 tar pits. These are going to be all durability, just all durability period, tar pits. And they're going to be right here. On these left walls, there's going to be all durability, 2 times reload speed, and this is important. So if we do get a smasher spawn on here, which wave 23 is likely if any husks die to the lava bombs, we don't want to actually recycle the smashers or anything. We want them to walk all the way through here and make it to our amp design in the back. So our amp design will be back here, and we want them to make it that far, right? Because we have a smasher bridge / mini boss teleporter that we're going to have back there. So we want to make sure that these husks don't get impacted enough to break their guard and push them down here. All right. So now that we're down here, right? On the floors, on these 2 floors, we're going to have our trusty all durability, 2 times reload speed floor freeze traps. On this particular wall, we're going to have the wall lights. These are going to be our all durability, 2 times reload speed effect duration wall lights. On this north side, we're going to have all durability, 2 times reload speed and 1 effect duration sound walls. And on this wall, we're going to have an all durability, 2 times reload speed wall launcher. All right. So now behind this, right? So if you're thinking, yeah, shit, so you have this, right? But, like, that's a pretty far pathway for them to walk all the way back through here, up here, back around, right? The way we're getting around that, and the reason they're not going to do that, is A, there's enough recycling and stalling that we're going to reset their pathway, and B, we're going to have increased building health tiles on the back of these walls and on this ceiling tile. So I suggest having a ceiling zapper with increased building health solely for the purpose is if something does go wrong, which it doesn't, that ceiling zapper is there to kill them, as well as we're going to have on the back of this an increased building health tile. And it can be whatever. I have it as broadside. And we're going to place it here. And that's going to make sure that the husks don't want to path through this wall light right here. They're going to hit on it eventually, but it's not going to be enough to break it. All right. We're going to keep going forward. We're going to have blue wooden floor spikes here. These are going to be the Aldura no physical investment. And what we're going to do is we're going to have an Aldura 2 times reload speed wall launcher. These are going to be able to push them into the middle of this tile. And same with this one. This one's not going to push them very far. It's just going to push them to the edge of this tile. So they'll end up just stuck in this jail. Now, here's the kicker. So on this amp, it's going to be way more effective if you use a base loadout while you're running this endurance. Meaning, if we edit a door right here, we're going to place a floor. We're going to place a wood floor. This is where your base is going to go. And then we're going to place a ramp here. Or not a ramp, a metal. Okay, and this would be our base spot, right? And we're just going to fill this out with metal and surround it. So this amplifier can sustain up to 5 waves without a base. But the loadout I'm going to show you guys, it's going to be on screen now. This is what I recommend, is you place base here, and it can last up to 7 waves, right? So it gets hit wave 3, 13, and 23. Every single endurance, right? So that's 3 waves. But it can also get hit on every single other random wave. And if it does, you're going to have a bad time if it's more than 5 of them. So I suggest having a base here, but if you want to mat grind, it is an option not to have it there. And as well as if you're having durability issues, I highly suggest having this base here. So for the people that are really, really high trap durability and want to be a little bit risky, don't place a base here, and you can use the mat grinder that I'm going to go over in the mat grinder video. But also another thing is, here's this ramp. Actually, so on this ramp right here, we don't actually need those wooden floor spikes. And we're going to place the wooden floor spikes here. I'm being dumb with that. But under this ramp right here, little baby husks, so the little midgets, they're going to hit this, like, I'm not going to say consistently, but they'll hit this once or twice throughout an endurance. Sometimes their hand actually goes through the ramp, right? And when that happens, if you have a floor launcher down here, and we're going to be using an all durability 1x reload speed floor launcher, if you have that here, it'll actually boop them up and out of here. So, shit, if we can get some free recycling, we take it. Alright? So the way this is going to recycle is we're going to place a cone here, and we're going to edit it into the 3 sides up like this. And as well as we'll have a cone above, and we're going to edit it into a ramp. Alright, so now that we have our mat grinder spot and everything right here, we're going to keep going forward. We're then going to leave this floor tile blank, and we're going to have a 2x impact, 2x reload speed, rest durability wall launcher. And we're going to place it here. And we're going to have the same rolls on a floor launcher right here. So on this floor launcher. Okay? We continue forward, and there's going to be a blue wooden floor spike on this ramp, an all durability 2x reload speed sound wall, and then we keep going forward. So we're going to keep going forward through this, and that's going to be basically all the traps except for our increased building health that we're going to go over. So now let's do the block off for this. So we're going to go behind our wall launcher right here and at this ramp, and you're going to have these 2 walls. These, you're going to want to have the increased building health broadsides that I have, and we're going to place those here. This won't work unless you have these traps and the edited floors that I'm going to have. We're going to place 2 floors, and we're going to come over here through this gap, and we're going to place our ceiling zappers with increased building health. And here. We're going to place a cone like this, edited facing the northeast, and we're going to place a cone facing the southeast, and we're going to surround all this in walls. Okay? On these back walls, these west walls, we're going to place those increased building health tiles. So those broadsides with increased building health, boom, boom, we're going to place them here. Now that we've got those placed, these 2 broadsides, we're then going to come behind it, these 2 walls, and we're going to place 2 floor pieces like this. Edited floors like this, okay? We're going to place a ramp. Oh my gosh. We're going to place a ramp that's facing the southeast, and we're going to place a ramp that's facing the northeast. And we're going to surround those in walls. We're going to hop over to the north a tile, and we're going to do the same edited floors, but they're going to be facing the north. In this particular tile space, we're going to have a cone facing the northeast. We're going to put a wall behind it, and then we're going to do an interesting edit. And let's see if I get it right the first try, because I know I won't. We're going to take out this corner, and then we're going to take out this corner. For some reason, when we have this cone edit right here, this doesn't work. The smashers want to beat on this wall. But whenever we have this cone edit, it doesn't happen. They just walk normally this way. So let's not question it. If it works, it works. But anyways, we're then going to have a cone facing the southeast. Underneath that's going to be a floor edit where we take out the 3 to the northwest. We're going to have a floor edit where the the floors has the tiles to the east taken out. We're going to have a floor edit where this is taken out. We're going to have the 2 tiles to the south taken out of this one. And then we're going to have the tile to the northwest taken out of this floor. We're then going to edit a cone facing the east, attached to this. We're going to bend this cone facing the northeast, do a ramp towards the north, and then another ramp towards the north. Okay? Now that we have that, we have the majority of our block off done over here. The other piece of block off that we really have to worry about is over back here. So flingers have a chance to want to go up this ramp right here. So a good way to stop that is to place a wall at the top of this ramp, a floor, and a cone, so that the flingers don't have a path that way. They can either go through beach tunnel, which they're not going to, or they'll go through our tunnel. Alright, so now that we've done that, we're going to place a floor here and a floor here, floor here. Alright, so 3 floors on top of this. We're then going to start on this northernmost floor tile. We're going to place edited cones into ramps, and we're going to place 2 high. And we're going to do that all the way across right here. So it should be a 3x2 right here, and we're even going to go out a tile further and make it a 4x2. We're going to come to the top of these northernmost ones, and we're going to place a ramp facing the west and a ramp right here. So what's going to happen is this is going to have the husks boop off this ramp, potentially boop off the other ramp, and then against these walls and land in the jail. And then this is for flinger purposes. These 2 floor ramp tiles, in case they're like right here trying to throw. So those are to prevent flingers. Alright, and then we're going to go right here, right? We're going to attach a floor right here, and we're going to bend it up towards the southeast. Okay? And that should just provide a little bit more coverage. Now that we have that, we're going to come right here. So these floor launchers have to hit off of something. So we're going to go to the top of this little pillar edit, and we're going to place a ramp. And we're going to make that 2 high. To enclose this and make sure husks don't hit off of each other midair and bounce onto our lobber shield, we're going to place wall, 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 wall. These we're going to edit into triangle pieces, just because they're aesthetically pleasing. And into a triangle. Right? So it should look like this. Alright? We're also going to do the same thing at the left, or the northernmost part of the bottom one, and we're going to edit it into a triangle. We're then going to take a step over, and we're going to place a floor. We're going to place a floor to the north of this, and we're going to edit it so that the northernmost tiles are taken out. This is so nothing can just walk across onto this lobber shield for home base east. We're going to continue, and we're going to place floors all the way across until we hit this little ridge. We're going to come over here to where our floor edit was, and we're going to take out the northeasternmost corner of this floor. We're then going to place a floor right here, and we're going to take out the 2 northernmost tiles. And this is just going to provide our flinger coverage, right? And that's going to allow us to not have any flinger lobber issues. Alright, so that should be our lobber shield and our block off. Yeah, so next we have to do our amp design. But a couple notes on this, right? So we have our base down here. That's really important, that we have our base down here, and you walk through there at the door and you place it. You can not place it, and it should be fine, as long as you don't get hit by too many random waves, but I highly suggest you place the base there. Another note is, eventually, the trap durability of this jail is going to run out, and that's perfectly okay, right? So if this jail runs out, that's no big deal. We have a backup jail, right? So that shouldn't happen until like late wave, if it gets hit a lot. But this jail should be sufficient enough to hold up, and as well as the rest of these traps over here should be sufficient enough to recycle them back. So don't be scared if this jail eventually breaks, because it's meant to. Well, it's not meant to, but it will eventually break. But the amp should be fine still. As well as, there's going to be a mini-boss on this wave, on wave 13. Sometimes it's just unavoidable that little midgets and husklings are going to follow a mini-boss, and the mini-bosses are going to proc these traps, and the little husklings are going to follow right behind them and not get hit by them. So if your amp does take a little bit of damage, it'll be fine. It won't get past 80%. But that's just unavoidable unless you're doing like a damage build with ceiling gas traps, or like ceiling electric fields. But that should be like the big notes on this, right? Our goal is to not kill anything as possible. And the way that's going to happen, and if it does happen that something dies, a smasher is likely to spawn. Now what happens with smashers is they're going to come all the way up here, there's not going to be enough impact on these traps to knock them down. And they're going to come over here, and then they're going to go towards our amp design. Next, we're going to be talking about the amp design. So, as we're going through, their goal of the smashers is to not get booped down into this and to pass through here unscathed and get to the amp as quick as possible. So we're going to go over the amp design and exactly what the smashers are going to do and why they do it. But first, let me fix a couple of mistakes I made just like previously. I had this edited like this. Edit it right here, like this. And at the top of this, make this a 1 impact wall launcher, because this really isn't going to go through all of its durability. So we can place this, and they're going to get launched a little bit further towards this jail and use that back floor launcher as well. So let's place that real quick. Okay. And that should be about it for like those things, but let's build the amp design now. So we're going to come all the way over here to this little outcropping, and we're going to place a floor. We're then going to place an edited ramp with the left side edited like this. We're going to place a floor here, and then we're going to edit the northwestern corner of this floor. We're going to go 2 tiles to the north, 2 tiles to the east, and then we're going to go 1 tile to the south. We're going to have our bait walls right here on the east side and on the south side. We're then going to edit our walls into a low wall like this, and we're going to go stand on the amplifier. Attached to our bait walls, we're going to surround the amplifier in these low walls. We're going to stand on the southeast corner of this, and we're going to add a wall facing the north and south and a wall facing the east and west, and we're going to place a floor here. Once we have that, we're going to come all the way down here, and we're going to edit a little half arch. We're going to place the half arch here on the south side, and we're going to rotate it and place an arch facing half arch facing the south. We're then going to edit a full archway, and we're going to put it on the back side of this, and we're going to place it here and here. What this amp design is going to do for us is the smashers are going to come out of here. They're going to see the amp, right? So the first rule of like the smashers AIs is they're going to charge at the amp no matter what. So they're going to come out here and they're going to go rah, 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 and charge into this, right? And then the second rule is they're going to charge at any wall within 3 tiles of the amplifier. So we have our bait walls up here, this wall and this wall. So they're going to look for that, and they're going to walk all the way over here, right? They're going to come up here, and then they're going to see the amplifier again. Their first thought is to go for the amplifier, so they're going to charge here, they're going to hit the amplifier, and they're going to go, oh, well, we got to go for those walls up there. And they're going to keep doing that over and over again. So the other thing about this is, it's a 2-part thing, right? The mini bosses are going to get hella confused for this. So they're going to walk all the way up here, the mini bosses. They're going to walk this. They're going to come over here. And they're going to freak out because they really don't know what to hit on. And they're going to end up teleporting over to this platform over here. They're going to get confused again, and they're going to keep ending up in a teleport loop where they're teleporting to the same exact spot. Or they'll just teleport over here and do it again. So the mini-bosses will get stuck in that loop. So this amp design does those 2 things. Smashers will smashers will charge at the amp, and as well as mini-bosses will get into a teleport loop. But if you guys do like this type of content, please leave a like on the video. It really helps me out, and it keeps me motivated to keep making this content. As well as go thank Dan in the comments section for helping me out with this video and providing the base for y'all and for me to make tutorials on. As well as consider subscribing to the YouTube channel for content like this. Also, go check out Endurance Lounge in my Discord. The links will be in the description, and check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/mitch_robs. Thanks.